I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Today, I just want to talk about this interesting article that says a new index shows 3 reasons why Bitcoin grow, right? What is the main reason behind the recent rally? And it is very interesting that this research firm called Indexica Research, they have actually based on natural language processing of thousands of contextual documents, right? That means online and offline, right? They actually reviewed that more traditional institutions and certain global brands are taking it much more seriously, yeah? And what are the terms that came up more is that they found that complexity of Bitcoin, sentiment of fraud, and futurity of Bitcoin, those are definitely the terms that come up much more, right? And basically it means that the complexity of discussions surrounding crypto suggests that more academics and financial institutions are deliberating about Bitcoin. That means it has now caught the attention of very, very smart people, right? No longer just unsophisticated retail investors, but really those asset managers, right, who actually handle people's investments in the traditional world, they are now also talking about Bitcoin, about crypto. Now, then the other things about, what they found is that conversations surrounding Bitcoin, fewer concerns about fraud, and a shift in the sentiment of how people talk about Bitcoin from past to the future. And that's basically a good sign. That means, right, it is more, the focus is more on the future potential of what Bitcoin can do for human race, right, for corporations, for institutions, rather than looking at the past, right, talking a lot about Mt. Gox, about the fraud, about how it has started off with being so low pricing, right? And in fact, the good thing is prices is not such a big thing that is being talked about. And no surprise, right? We have just, in fact, right? Some people think we have ended the bear market, yeah. And that I thought is very interesting because I just want to bring your attention to 4 areas of players, right? And each areas we have actually made huge progress over the last 1 year, in fact, yeah. Government itself, there have been talks about China wanting to ban crypto trading just in early April, and in fact they said they will get a public feedback and they will make a decision after May 7th. But now we are already May 16th and there's still no news, right, about that they're going to ban it or not, yeah. Also, we have also heard news that India is also looking to ban crypto. Again, we have no further news confirming it further, right? Similarly, US Congressman Sherman has actually asked for support as well from other congressmen to ban crypto in US. Again, silence after that, right? So, it's basically, to me, it's just not sustainable, this kind of course, right? Second is on the corporation side, right? A lot of new developments have taken place, very, very unprecedented. And if 5 years ago, if anyone were to tell you that Facebook, right, the largest social media company out there and the largest one of the largest investment bank, JP Morgan, were to have create their own cryptocurrency, right, inspired by Bitcoin, you will be like totally laughed at. But here we are, right, in 2019, more than 10 years, slightly over 10 years from the creation of Bitcoin. Now we have these 2 large giants in their industry actually wanting to create something very, similar or inspired by Bitcoin, yeah. Third is institutions. There are so much talks now, and we have already seen both from the real inflows of money into funds like Grayscale Digital. For these funds, they all only accept institutional players and family offices. That means those rich people. Or those people with huge money inflow. And they have shown very clearly in their latest report, right, published just a few days ago, they've clearly shown that it is really the hedge funds that is driving the growth quarter to quarter. That means in Q1 2019, right, hedge funds are the key player that drives the growth of inflows into their funds, yeah. And also we have Fidelity, surveying their clients, which are mainly institutions, which means including pension funds that 20% of them already have crypto investments, and 20 to 40% of them plan to increase their investments in crypto over the next few years as well. Also, right, besides that, we have also backed, that they have been constantly delayed because they're trying to launch a physical delivery of Bitcoin futures, but it has been constantly delayed because of regulations, right? So they have now taken matters in their own hand, that they're going to self-certify. This is exactly the same method that they have done with commodity futures in the past. So they are going to try to take this same route for crypto and then see what happens. I thought this is very, very brave and courageous. These things does not happen, and no one will imagine it happening 1 year ago, or even 2 years ago. Totally, 2 years ago was when the rally started, right? But we never see all these things happening, but now it is happening. Next, of course, we have just yesterday Coinbase custody coming out to say, right, that they have huge inflows of their custody fund, right, and basically they have now have $1 billion under their care now, right, and to be able to become a client of their custody, of course, again, you need huge money. It just for the setup fee is $100,000, right? So can you imagine? It's basically, again, only the institutional players or the family offices will use their custody service. The last one, on an individual level, what happens is that now, right, we have Amazon able to accept Bitcoin through a browser plugin called Moon, and also Whole Food, again, a company under Amazon, already accept crypto. And of course, you have Samsung, right, that they are now going to add a crypto wallet into all their phones. That means not just an S10. S10 is more the high end. They are also going to have a crypto wallet into their more the cheaper phone, more targeting to the mass market. So they basically they are seeing a future where the adoption of cryptocurrency will grow, and that is why they are making all these kind of investments. They are really preparing for the future, And of course, you have also so many easy ways now for people to actually get their hands onto crypto, right? Square app by Twitter company, right? That's one very, very easy way to buy Bitcoin. And of course, you have all these apps as well out there for you to easily track prices, to buy, right? And of course, you have also debit cards. That, again, Crypto.com is a good example where they give you a lot of incentives to make sure you actually use their card, right? A lot of cashbacks, a lot of free lounge access in the form of Meta card. So very, very novel user experience. And all this is really just to make it much, much easier for people to hold onto their crypto, to spend their crypto, right? There's no more excuses. And so, you see, all these things that I mentioned are just the gist of it. And this is maybe just not even everything, but what is important is that, right, a lot of positive news, and all this did not happen 2 years ago when we had the last major rally, and now we have all these positive developments. So I'm not surprised, right, if prices is starting to rally, So that's all I have, right? I'm not saying that some people are saying that based on the technical now, it might dip again, it might take a dive down again. But who really knows, right? No one knows. But I just want to point out that fundamentally, we are in a much, much stronger space now compared to 2 years ago when we had the last rally. So that's all I have for today, and hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, and thank you so much for your time.